Hi everyone, and welcome to English 10 Honors. This is our week 3. It's my first recording for you on a Sunday, so I hope you enjoy it and I hope you find it valuable. Here we go. What's going to happen this week, the week of September 19th through 23rd, 2016? Well, the English 10 Honors students will be doing the following. First, we're going to have a diagnostic test on grammar. We had a diagnostic writing last week. And this week we're going to see how much you know about grammar and usage and mechanics. Second, we're going to take a quiz on plagiarism. So hopefully that you know what plagiarism is and how to avoid it. Third, we're going to act and read, obviously, the play The Tragedy of Dr. Faustus, and I hope you'll have some fun with that. Fourth, we're going to divide up some of the questions that we have on Dr. Faustus so that everyone has something to work on, but no one feels overwhelmed by analyzing all of these questions. Next, we're going to take a quiz on the vocabulary words and the literary terms and seeing if you understand what's going on in the play. And last, we're going to mention to you something about Fun Faustus and the options you will have to end our unit. So what's going to happen for the week? You'll have 2 quizzes and some group writings. Let's talk about first your diagnostic. There's no studying for this diagnostic, so just come in and be ready with a nice sharpened pencil ready to take this quiz. It's just to see what you know about the rules of grammar, usage, and mechanics. Next, we have a quiz on plagiarism. This one assumes that you have read the handout that we gave you on plagiarism and that you've reviewed it carefully and thought about it, signed this handout, obviously with your parent's signature as well, and checking to see if you can recognize what is plagiarism and what isn't, and making sure that you don't commit this serious crime on any future writings. So be ready for a plagiarism check. Third, we're going to look at some literary terms and some vocabulary. We'll get a handout on literary terms and the vocabulary from the words from Dr. Faustus, but you'll also find these same handouts that are posted on Blackboard. So please, if you want to get ahead, start looking at them now. Next, you say, what's this quiz on literary terms and vocabulary going to look like? Well, there might be some definitions of words such as allusion or irony or comic relief. Or there might be a description, and it'll say, is this a flat character or a round character? Or to see if you can recognize an example of any of these terms based on your past experience. So please, it's a quiz on literary terms and vocabulary from the list that again is uploaded on Blackboard and will be handed to you in class. Next, we're going to introduce you to grammar. And grammar is made up of grammar, usage, and mechanics. And to be fun, it's called mugshots. The mugshots are really testing to see how much control you have of language. It's what we call language command. The assumption is at this point in year 10, you really know your rules, and we are just fine-tuning these. Think of a fine-tuning of a microscope. So for example, let's eat grandma. Well, if you're not careful, you may actually eat her. So by putting the comma there, let's eat grandma, you're going to save her life. Then we're going to look at the play The Tragedy of Dr. Faustus. You do not get a copy to take home, but there is a link to the both audio and print version online. We will be reading a text in class, and we're going to be acting out lots of it. I hope you like this Garfield cartoon. It tells you a little bit more about what's going to happen. Think about how you might act out this scene. So, looking ahead, what's going to happen September 19th through 23rd? Well, you'll have a diagnostic of grammar and usage. You'll have a quiz on plagiarism. We will review the literary terms and vocabulary, and then you'll have a quiz on those based on a handout. We will be reading Dr. Faustus and making sure you understand the text through class discussion and some group questions, and we'll have a quiz on some of that. We're going to introduce you to mugshots and to see how much you know and how much you need to refine your own knowledge of grammar and usage. And last, a reminder to you that we are working here as a team. This is a team. We are a community, so please, if you have any questions, check with me or your classmates, or look, of course, on Blackboard. Have a great week.